Alright, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, your chief host of the show, and joining me this week is none other than my co host, Noble.
And good morning if I didn't have a headache.
Dude, that's like the vibe. You wake up, you get like, ugh.
Yep.
Get up and get bitch slapped by your own, nervous system.
It's like, ugh, come on, it's time to start today. Ugh. And that I don't want to. No,
Having to get up at about 4 o'clock in the morning today is like,
dude, try being me. 4:30 every day. I mean, of
yeah, I
course there are.
tried that. It didn't work out long term for me. So, yeesh.
Yeah, I can think of people who have it worse, but you get the point. Anywho, joining us today, we have Gil.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Just been a hot minute, considering I was away last week. Yeah, knocking on somebody's doorstep, amongst other things.
Mm,
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
waiting for a good beer.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, so unfortunately.
Ah,
Well, this was a state where they put whiskey on the craziest things, but that's not exactly what I came for. Although I did get some weird whiskey products to bring home. Tell me, Gil, since you're the resident maple syrup expert, have you ever had that mixed with whiskey? Like,
maple syrup mixed with whiskey. You know what? There's a long time I actually did try myself, many different things, mixed up with maple syrup. And, well, believe it or not, some of the things, you try with a bit of try with a bit of maple syrup and it becomes phenomenal. Like whiskey with maple syrup, bro, I'm I'm busting. that
I'm
was really good.
now you're making me want to open up the bottle that I just got from that trip, which is a bottle of whiskey with maple syrup. Well,
Hell yeah, bro. And also what Boombox said, bacon flavored whiskey, bro. What? On top of that, with a maple syrup,
yeah, maple bacon, maple salmon, dude. And of course, you have the staple pancakes.
Hey, go for some meat just marinated in maple syrup on the barbecue, bro.
I said to myself when I was visiting Nobles, I would not leave until I had ever since I was introduced to whiskey infused food products, I would not leave without getting something of that kind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they don't sell the marmalade whiskey jam there anymore, but oh well. At least
Wait,
it's
they
yeah,
don't?
yeah. They used to in one of those niche food markets. I found whiskey marmalade in a jar.
In a jar. Oh,
Yeah, they were selling it.
it gets even more and more interesting.
Yeah, you should come.
Oh, absolutely. God damn, sounds amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, the best markets and the best craft food. Definitely. Yeah, that's it though. It's great
Yeah.
times.
Oh, I bet so too.
So, let's start with what we've got for this week. And to start things off, is a movie I didn't think would ever come and see the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was gonna, we thought it materialized at first, then it was shelved and now it's back. Noble. You're probably the one person who's most hyped about this.
Oh, yes. So, has anyone seen the? Oh, wait, no, I already know the answer to this. But the day the Earth blew up by Warner Brothers.
Right, right, and it's
Bro.
featuring the cast of the Looney Tunes characters, which for the longest time I had not heard that name. How many years
Well,
has been? Goodness knows many.
the day the Earth blew up only really focused on Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. The one we're talking about today, however, they've got a lot of little shows of other characters.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They've just released a trailer a few days back, and here it is. You see this, right?
Oh, wait. Before you actually show, just so you know, Warner Bros, we're promoting it. You wish to promote it, bruh.
Yeah.
Have you been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
Name of the case is
Wait,
Coyote versus Acme.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless. We all know who's responsible, and all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
Wait a moment.
For years.
I could probably get you $250
John
for that.
Cena even.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
These companies think they can do whatever they want. We're sick of it.
Acme, hack you!
Nothing to see here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
So, what is up, Doc?
The Acme Corporation is releasing this film for account purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines depicted.
Yeah, I somehow think I want to see that at the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
On the big screen.
Oh yeah, but also, go on.
If they end up doing the same thing they did with the other film, The Day the Earth Blew Up, I have to admit this is going to be rather entertaining to watch.
I mean, so far you still have the signature humor from the from the Looney Tunes.
Yes, it is in the real world. It's
Right.
not jarring to look at like bloody Sonic.
Well, hey, at the very least, they didn't give the give Wile E. Coyote, and Bugs Bunny and all of that the live action treatment. Can you imagine that, like from a from the design standpoint?
I mean, if they could do Roger Rabbit in the first Space Jam movie, if they can keep it in that sort of slot, that would be perfect.
Yeah, especially if they don't just go like extremely hyper realistic because what? It looks good? No, it doesn't.
Well, they definitely amped up the details and the actual shots that they take.
Yeah, I mean, now, of course, to clear any confusion, though, the trailer you watched was good, right? But, speaking of the past, too, there's something also very important I think I should bring up, well, to remind everyone, too, about Warner Bros. Because everyone does remember about the golden age of YouTube, right? Well, we also remember, too, that there was a lot more content back then that was taking down, takedowns when the programs that they've tried in the past, they've tried again, called SOPA. Stop Online Piracy Act. You remember that one? Hey, Warner Bros. I still remember all the havoc you wrecked back then.
Don't forget Disney was also part of that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Disney. Oh Jesus Christ. Yep. And of course, all the creative freedom just went tits up. Truly a mystery, why isn't it?
So I don't know about anybody else, but I actually like the fact that they're taking at least a couple of years before releasing a movie. Well, at least for Warner Brothers, where Disney's basically just been pulling their pants down and shitting it all out on stage all at once.
Oh my god, yeah. Especially
Because
when
I think,
go on.
isn't Disney the desperate one right now? Like they're pooping out movies like Hoppers and what have you.
Well, I haven't seen Hopper yet, and I do kind of want to see exactly what goes on in it. I'm really hoping they got a couple of good little comic scenes, but my understanding is the whole storyline itself is probably going to be a bore.
No, I think it's probably. I think what we were expecting. No, I haven't seen it myself. Is what I'm really dreading is just some sort of lecture where you just because the person there disrespects the food chain. At least that's what I gathered from the trailers.
Do you know what could be even worse too?
What?
About some yappy bullshit or some yappy climate change bullshit we all have to endure even more.
You know the thing I like
no,
about
it's not that. It's it's the other eco-environmentalist stuff that I think somebody who'd vote for like some Green Party would just would cream their pants over.
Yeah, these people, I would not keep them in the writing team at all. Anything that keeps on saying, "Ooh, climate change," whatnot, too. Just get them the fuck out of there, too. They don't belong there.
I would really appreciate it with the movie if they turn around and actually kept the court scenes to something more realistic and less theatrical.
That's all there
Yeah,
is to it.
right.
It's all theatrics.
I mean, I
But
don't know about either of you two, but if a movie's going to have a court scene in it, I'd prefer to have it something that's more realistic and something a lawyer could actually sit down and go, "Oh yeah, that's normal."
yeah,
Instead of
but
having to nitpick.
come on, we talk. They've put in Wile E. Coyote's character, and this is how he's gonna express himself in the courtroom by putting up a sign that says "Acme sucks," and then getting
Yeah, I know.
and
That
then
was a
getting
good bit.
slapped for it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I wonder if Wile E. Coyote's going to be talking in this one at all.
There
Right,
was some movie that he did talk, right? There was some.
There was one episode I think he actually spoke some words in.
Yeah, but that's like very, very, very rare, right?
There was once, if I recall, once.
Mm-hmm.
Come to think of it, no, he didn't seem to speak all movie and all trailer long. And I guess this is how, in his signature character fashion, he expresses himself. I mean, of course, it's great you saw the other characters too talk, like Daffy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, I am a little bit tentatively, fascinated by this, if only because, the Looney Tunes characters seem to have been gone for so long. I mean, of course, we had, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Space Jam 2, which I'm just like, then decided
The Day
to
the
skip
Earth
it.
Blew Up.
Yeah, the day the Earth blew up. We had, wait a minute, not long ago we had the an anniversary for the Looney Tunes characters, and yeah, I couldn't remember it other than they were trying to do something different with Elmer. Yeah, so it's like, where the heck have they been all this time? I know, right?
Honestly, it's refreshing that they haven't been throwing all this down our throats like Disney.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
if Warner Brothers can sustainably bring out a decent movie every like 2 or 3 years, great. I don't know about anybody else, but if they can bring out a decent film in that sort of timeline and restart some cartoons, maybe do some comics, fantastic. Don't bring yourself out as like the next big thing. Just do what you're good at, make us laugh, and have whatever slapstick comedy, because that's what the cartoon is supposed to be. It's like with fucking Power Rangers and the idea of turning around and making it into something big when it's supposed to be footage from bloody Japan being taken and then reused in an American setting, or it's usually filmed in New Zealand. That's what made it special. That's Power Rangers. When you turn around and try to do your own solo thing, it just ruins the whole franchise. I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Crazy to think too. Like on that same note on Disney, like you kind of realize what they're doing now is just all this crazy stuff with all the franchises that they own under the umbrella. Like you've heard about like the new, the Avengers movie that's supposedly coming out, right?
Oh shit! Not again.
Doomsday.
Oh, Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Me neither. Like, it's supposedly, they spent, several many hundreds of millions on it, and it's just why, right? Still, better a movie that's made on the download for less of a budget and that's actually entertaining. Goodness, and as far as animated movies go, it's at least it's not so bad because they're merging, that with the real world, the animated characters with the real world.
Yeah, at least they're not doing a Sonic.
Exactly. I'm still glad they didn't give them the live action treatment. I mean, because this isn't. I still think that this isn't, the Looney Tunes first rodeo, because Space Jam and that did the exact same thing, didn't it, back in the day?
Well, I'm surprised. I never actually watched the Tom and Jerry movie, but I never grew up with those cartoons as a kid. The only reference I had was a knockoff of them from The Simpsons.
No, I mean, I did watch Tom and Jerry, the cartoons, as a kid. Not the movie, but yeah. Now all of this just makes me want to go back and bust out the old, disc drive. See what I still got that runs on discs.
Well, I've got a couple of portable DVD players if you want them for a computer.
Hey. That'd be good. That'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Anything to clear the horde. Well. Now then, that said, what do you think, what are your expectations going into this before we move on to the next thing? Like,
I mean, we're moving on forward, hoping, for the best. But we look back to the past and we got ourselves some scars.
All right, look.
Some freedom from some creative scars, that big companies like Warner Bros. Left on us from back then in the golden eras. Am I right?
Look, here's how I feel about it. As I said before, if they can keep the momentum going like they did with The Day the Earth Blew Up in this setting, great. That's all we can hope for.
Indeed,
no virtue signaling, no woke crap, just, the bare storyline and the slapstick comedy which you've seen in the trailer.
Seems to be the case. So, now, to move on from this, we've got another very interesting item. Now, this time we're going to shift across through to games this time. And
oh boy.
It's a game that has been making so much shockwaves and driving people up the wall. And it's Pragmata.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Capcom released a game called Pragmata very recently, like a few weeks back, and the record has gone like 1 million copies in 2 days.
Huh.
Not bad.
Sure is, yeah. God damn, looks nice.
Yeah. So the reason that people have both loved this game and while others that we may that we are not predisposed to have gone in a tizzy is this. From this headline article by Calvin Poole. Is Japan fighting its record low birth rate through gaming? Yeah. Cultural power of fatherhood positive narratives.
Yeah, that is very much true.
Right. So Pragmata is a game that was, it's a futuristic science fiction game, and it's basically like the main hook to it is its emotional storyline set on a lunar research station overrun by rogue artificial intelligence. The game follows Hugh Williams, a space worker who survives a catastrophic event and forms a father-like bond with Diana, a childlike android. Now,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
Diana's
she's an android.
right. She's not called Diana. She's called, whatever robotic name that she was given from the plant. But Hugh basically says, calls her, "You're Diana. I'm Hugh. You're Diana." And then it's just a whole wholesome interaction happens.
that's awesome.
hmm So essentially, what this thing is a story about a father and an adopted child that goes through and battles against all odds in the space station, and people think it's the Space Dad simulator.
Oh, well, I mean, they're not wrong, right?
Hang on,
No.
what's this screenshot of a tweet say?
Well, if Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like having a daughter. She's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to go through all the other angles that that have been plaguing Japan, because you like, for all its good stuff, and they still be plagued by a lot of problems too. Like
Oh,
Japan's birth
yeah.
rate is astronomically low, and they're going to extreme lengths to encourage family formation, like producing a game like this.
Ain't that the truth, huh?
I'm sorry. Now that I know that girl is actually an android, she kind of looks freaky.
Hey, yo,
I
what?
mean, is it not the eyes that basically get to you, or the face?
No,
Like
it's the
the
whole
uncanny.
face.
Yeah, the uncanny resemblance.
Yeah. It's
Trying to.
it's just something like this too. Like, it's a very, very, very timeless thing about, just about, family, fatherhood, and,
Oh,
the drive
tell
to
me
protect
about it.
those you love. That's really going through. And this sort of thing, this is great, like, especially in these current times where family seems to be taking a weird sort of backseat. Now, on the flip, on this, you've heard the good side of the coin about Pragmata and why it's beloved and great and wholesome, and something I do wish to get my hands on. On the flip side of the coin is how certain people have been reacting to Pragmata, like they have been losing their marbles over it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We can actually see. You already know why.
Yes. Well, let's get to this too. So this is a response article written by Stacey Henley, and in her second line, she even admits it herself. I, a woke video game journalist,
Go on.
right, and of course,
Finish off the
at the first
paragraph.
paragraph, well, before that was was her having a diatribe about which characters are attractive, but that's basically not the right context for this sort of thing. So, yeah.
Bro, I'm lightheaded.
Out of curiosity, did she say anything about finding the android attractive?
Somewhat,
Bro.
yeah. Okay, the response to Diana's pragmata cannot be normalized. So let's have a look here. Okay, so in the run-up to its release, Reddit banned a pragmata subreddit because of its content.
Fuck it.
It's Reddit. Yeah, it's Reddit, right? Of course. Even with gaming communities being in blah blah blah. Pragmata Star is a childlike android Diana who was the focus of his explicit content.
No, 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 no,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no.
Oh, fuck it. Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, no. There are some people who just want to like ruin great wholesome things and say this is why we cannot have nice things.
I wonder if anyone turned around and trained an LLM already on the images
on how on how they react to such things like this. Yeah, it's
Bro, I'm dying here.
Oh, okay. Then you like this next line here. Okay. A big confession from finally a woke video game journalist. I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them.
So if a woman does it, it's perfectly fine, but if a man does it, it's considered creepy. Okay, I understand.
Okay, I understand. Like you have to prove you're a man by adopting a child and and having the primordial desire to protect it. Are you projecting?
Bro, I'm done.
So it's perfectly reasonable to turn around and to create adult material of something that represents a child, and yet turning around and being a father figure is considered masculine and problematic.
And toxic and everything else that's bad.
Bro.
This has to be a fucking retarded way to approach shit.
Well, I mean, Noble, you forget the fact that this is wrote by a woke video game journalist whose eggs are probably all dried up.
Yeah, exactly. Like then that's the thing that I've been seeing a lot of, like people, like with all these reactions to it though. It's mostly a lot of women that have lost their marbles over this video game, and you're precisely right on that very reason. All you need to do is post an image of an egg case where there's no eggs in it, and they will lose.
Oh yes.
I would question what would happen to any of these women if they ended up actually having a child and then watching BBC Story Time.
Oh my god, dude. They'd be cooked.
Well, no. So apparently there are a couple of characters who, a couple of actors who ended up going to Story Time with the BBC. And mothers watch it because they really like the idea of some burly man turning around and reading a child's story. I guess there's an audience for everything.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe the idea of shaming someone for their parenting, for wanting to be a parent.
I mean, dude, you do know for a fact there's actually a couple different things too, you know? Now, you know, everyone in life, they were all given a chance, you know, and a choice, you know. Let's be more realistic. A choice, right? So they could choose, you know, to be a stay-at-home wife, you know, raise the kids and all that stuff, or they could just, you know, drink the Kool-Aid and be a strong, independent woman, right? Who doesn't need no man and whatnot too. But here's the best part that a lot of people don't talk about. there are, yes, chances which these women would have kids, but when they get laid by multiple different strangers, just stretching themselves up between the legs, and now they got themselves at least 3 to 5 kids with like different fathers too. But of
You're
course,
talking
only a
about
single mom.
Gil. Gil. In Australia, we call that a bogan. Over there, don't you call them hillbillies or something?
No, not a hillbilly. No, that's something else. There's actually there is actually quite a few different types of names could give out those kinds of women. Well, hillbilly is definitely not one of them. It could be, oh yeah, a whore.
Right, but in this case, what we're basically seeing is the screeching of a lot of crazy cat ladies who say that fatherhood bad. And saying all sorts
Yes.
of bad expletive things about men who want to raise and protect adopted children.
I've got a feeling that if the guy was actually a pedophile, the gamer journalist may have had more of a better thing to say, but I don't even want to think about that.
Well, I mean, we don't need a space Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you very much. We don't need it.
No.
Oh my god.
Go on.
Well, because in all honesty, the people who are woke, we already know everything about what the NPCs would keep on saying and celebrating and whatnot too. We already know what plenty of these people, what makes them happy, especially when it comes to issues like abortion, for example, too, right? But of course, and they just want to live out the fantasy of being a strong, independent woman. Am I right?
Right.
Boombox came up with something.
What?
The Silent Hill comment.
Your daughter.
Oh, yes, Boombox. Is the Boombox mentioned something about what about Silent Hill looking for your daughter? He has a point.
Yes, but when that came out, it would have been more acceptable, at least socially.
Right? But of course, because we all have to go to this society change and this and that, right? That's about to promote like skank culture, right?
I honestly find it hilarious how this journalist thought it'd be a good idea to target and attack parenting.
I mean, hey, it's not her fault, that an android has a real father figure that she doesn't. Matter of fact, Jolt, there's actually could be like a good studies, on this type of societal downfalls. I guess we'd call it, something like horology. But yeah, at least I mean that's the whole thing about the Silent Hill game. That that is actually a very good choice too. Wouldn't you say so, Jolt?
Dude.
Yes.
I just can't. I just cannot even, dude. Like a game that just feels so right and so wholesome and so everything just just basically breaks.
Indeed, and it's just a bit of a quite sad, I would say so too, about of all the about the because it's the current year excuse, that people shouldn't worry about to be a father, that they should be themselves, like being a whore. Matter of fact, if you were to really look at some of these people and and compare them with characters such as Angel Dust, Angel Dust might as well be a saint because, well, Angel Dust is a fictional character. People are not fictional characters. So, you see what I mean?
It just feels so right, like for its time, how even it doesn't, like, the whole theme still resonates even after, even it doesn't really matter if you carry an adopted human child, or even, heck, in this case, an android child. The themes still stay.
Yes.
I think the whole thing, like, I've seen a few of it, the few of the scenes, and I think the whole girl being an android thing just adds a lot to its charm. Just like behaves in like the typical android fashion of it, and
Mm-hmm. Because another thing to consider about is also the fact how, well, they're probably pissed off about the fact how a man would choose a robot over them. Well, with good reason too. You know what I mean? Like, a dishwashing machine would have more use over than one that always nags at you all the time. You get comfortable? Oh my god! You know what I mean? You turn on the Xbox and be like, what about you, Noble? What do you got to say about it?
I just want to leave these people to have their voice.
I mean, I think we can just leave these people to to have a house with like 100 cats and see if that makes them happy.
Oh, quite literally. But the biggest problem about these people is that whenever we have a space, for our own fandom or whatnot too, we have our own space initially. But these people, right, they do not have their own space. And rather than just creating their own space, what they do instead is they get into other people's spaces and push the ones out for some socialist dogma bullshit about, being problematic, this and that and whatnot. Like, shut the fuck up.
I just find it funny too, like, to go back to the article, like, after the next line about proving masculinity, the author goes on to say, I suppose it's marginally a better power fantasy than killing everyone with your awesome strength.
Really now?
What's the comment about The Last of Us?
But then The Last of Us makes room for both anyway.
Uh-huh.
Remember, the first Last of Us, about how, you're yeah. If you've played that game, you'll know. And then, of course, that was before the game went to shit.
I watched the first series of that show when they produced a TV show of it. I mean, And then I found out the shit that goes on in the second one. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not watching that. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, dude. I mean, the series about The Last of Us, it died with Joel. Period. The moment, Joel died, that's when the series died for me.
Right.
And then, of course,
after the first Last of Us, everything went to shit.
Mm-hmm. And then we got this cat lady, crazy cat lady with no children, no eggs, no husband. Because why the hell would anyone want to be near her, right? She has to make it all about herself and how correct she is and whatnot. A viewer would love to chew into that. But yeah, it's just like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? All of the it, it's just
Anyway, yes, I
it's
think I have the right meme for this. Let's just stop you there, and I'm gonna give you the right meme for this occasion.
hell yeah. Let's show
All
the
right.
show a good meme.
Okay,
Dad Simulator.
The Last of Us. The first The Last of Us. Yeah, which makes sense. And then, which is okay,
Oh
fine.
my god.
Space. And then Dad Simulator Japan. Pragmata. With the crying soy face.
Oh, that's what I got to keep remembering. Pragmata's bloody Japanese, not American. Ugh.
I mean, yes, it has Western character because, Western name character named Hugh, but it's made by Capcom, published by Capcom.
Do you remember Hugh? Hey, Jolt? Humongous.
But
I swear to
this is
God.
pretty much so on the money. It's
Yeah. Because it's even amazing to me the fact that how these NPCs, they only celebrate it when it's the most unrealistic, the most insufferable girl boss types. I mean, just girl bosses in general. I mean, like nobody can stand them. I swear to God, insufferable as all hell. A shitty trope, I'd say too. And then, of course, when it comes to the the more wholesome aspect about like being a dad to a child, right? An orphan one, a wholesome one. Of course, it's bad. Why is it bad? Beats me. Probably the fact they never had a dad to begin with. So therefore, no one else needs to have a dad.
Daddy
Yeah?
issues, whatever. But
of course. But let's not forget also about another thing too about how these about all these tropes, all this mindset, came on with like I'd say some boomer media too, with like John Lennon and whatnot too, since he was an activist too. You remember that, right?
Still.
Go on.
Yeah, I guess that's one of those things, but I suppose
that could be worse. Trust me.
Yeah, we moved from this though. I mean, like after all of this though, I have got to get myself that game at some point. Now, to move on while we're staying on the topic of family, we have on the same theme, something that's basically that we will do for the month of June here at the Raiders Rambles, and face this because the state of Tennessee have now passed a resolution to declare the month of June as Nuclear Family Month.
Hell yeah.
That's right. And for everyone else in the rest of the world, they would call it Pride Month. But no, not in Tennessee.
So it's kind of curious, isn't it, that the nuclear option tends to be the preferred one?
Exactly.
Oh, quite literally.
In that, I see what you did there.
Indeed.
Well, anyone's got anything against it, go give them a banana.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Oh no, so it's quite simple. There was some anti-nuclear protesters that were going off about how it's going to be dangerous for the environment. Well, bananas are highly radioactive, so
Fuck the protesters,
That's right. Give your work friends a banana. Walk away with a smile on your face and just.
Nuclear is the way of the future as it was in the past.
Oh yeah. Of course, just gonna keep on repeating the whole bullshit concept about Chernobyl. The problem, the thing about Chernobyl is that it was a shitty design by retards. So there you have it.
What about 3 Mile? Or the one in Japan?
Oh, Fukushima?
They were fine. I think it was just the unfortunate timing of natural disasters that kind of did them in.
Well, the Japanese one should have been decommissioned. I think it was like a decade prior. So,
Right.
it's on them.
Well, yeah, there's some bureaucratic bullshit that fucked over a lot of people too.
Yeah, and now it's so funny that Europe is closing down. Is closing down some of the nuclear power that they've now relied on, and this, yeah,
And now they regret it. Going back to
Yeah.
coal power plants.
No. They're not going back to coal. They're going to focus on green energy, and now
Oh,
they're
you gotta be
freezing in winter.
You gotta be
They've-
fucking kidding
yeah,
me.
Yeah, they're doing that, and then they're snubbing, cheap Russian oil.
You know what I find hilarious about the whole anti-nuclear power plant thing?
Mm-hmm.
What about the medical uses?
Oh, yes, of course, because only radioactive materials can treat some cancers too, right?
It can
The
also be
biggest-
used to detect cancers.
Indeed. And not to mention the fact, too, about all this stuff, right? That, let's say, all of this stuff, right? That they just keep on yapping on about. They just keep on saying, "Oh, nuclear bad" all the damn time. And you want to know what the best part is? Is that they don't even believe it. They are just, they're being paid, and they're there just because they were told what to believe in. You know what I mean?
Well,
And so
Right.
you got all these people causing everyone a lot of problems because they were told to do so.
Just a lot of lemmings, and you're right there. I mean,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, it's nuclear power that, of course, is the power of the past and of the future, and I definitely wholly support nuclear family. No, the nuclear power, but of course, I was about to say the nuclear option that we are going to be, bringing back, that has always kept us for even millennia, is the nuclear family.
Hell yeah.
Of course, kudos again, big ups to Tennessee for legislating this resolution. Of course, they say, whereas the nuclear family consisting of one husband, one wife, and any biological, adopted, or fostered children is God's design for familial structure and has been the bedrock of society since the creation of the world. And whereas the nuclear family was the basic building block of Tennessee society throughout her formative years.
Mm-hmm.
Something they probably
Wait,
should
scroll
have
up a bit.
mentioned was single parents.
Yeah, scroll up a bit real quick. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hang on a second. But yeah, single
It's
parents
because I read. There we go. LGBT activists. Wait.
and Democrats are having
Having
a
a meltdown.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
of course they would. They're being sidelined for traditional values. Of course they're going to get a stick up
yeah,
their
and
ass.
they're
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
and Tennessee is basically daring to tear down the the Democratic and LGBT sacred idol of Pride Month.
Fuck it. Do it,
You mean
That's
screaming
fine.
and shouting and assaulting people for not believing what you believe in, or
Right. Now, let's also address the elephant in the room, too. Especially in what a lot of people are.
Anywho, yeah, it also adds a couple of things too, just to mention the
Go on.
importance of fathers while we are still on this, on this wave of, familial bonds and the value of fathers. They again, fatherless families and youths are again more likely to be incarcerated, more likely to be in prison, psychology behind school shooters, so forth and so forth. Without all of that. And of course, fatherless people, as you would probably indicate, have a higher chance of, losing their minds over this and things like pragmata.
Oh, not to mention the fact, too, that especially activists, too. Here's the funny thing about the activists, too, Jolt. I mean, what I said about all the John Lennon, feminism, liberal, this and that and whatnot, right? And how they keep on using it's the current year, you shouldn't be like that anymore. Have you all always noticed that they always try to keep on using this argument all the damn time?
I thought you were freely supposed to have your ability to speak your own mind.
But
Preferably
here's the
not
best.
go out and troll people, but still.
Oh, dude. The thing is about that is that while you can speak up your mind, and unfortunately, yes, trolling is part of free speech. But the thing is also suppression of other people just because you said something that I don't agree with, oh, it means your life is now about to become hell, or some shit like that. No, I don't agree with that stuff too. Just because some facts hurt your feelings too. Fuck that.
Now here's where things like the reaction from these people are at right now.
Oh boy.
Okay, so they say, they were quick to denounce the resolution, even though there is no enforcement mechanism, leaving Tennessee residents free to celebrate Pride Month if they so choose. I think it'll be interesting. Like, we will go through this over in June on the show, like, as we always do, to see which corpos change their logos to rainbows and what have you, and see. And now all eyes are on Tennessee. So
if they change, if they change, their corporate logos to rainbows, just laugh at them,
Yeah. Just say, yeah, you don't want their business. Now, moving on with this, we have their claim is this: the strongest families are grounded by love. And yet they say, love is love, love is, love is free, blah, blah, blah.
The genuine love, not just whatever the fuck kind of lust bullshit, Pride has going on.
Exactly. I wouldn't even call it lust.
What'd you call it? Promiscuity? Vanity?
No, I'd call it in the moment thing, like a one-night stand.
Right. That's lust.
Now,
that is lust.
Did you guys see, to get back into this and the whole other things, like, did you guys see like the video that was now touted as like the most homophobic baby?
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Yes. How a gay couple adopted a baby and then asked the baby, "Do you want daddy or pop?" And then the baby cried for mama.
Just because a child wants its mother, it's homophobic now.
Oh, don't forget there was that transphobic baby as well some years back.
Really now?
Yeah, apparently when some idiot put on makeup, the baby cried, and they're going, oh, the baby's transphobic. What's going on here?
Babies babies have an inherent ability or a sixth sense of sensing evil. And I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that too, because you put on makeup, you're a different person. The baby's eyes, of course, they're gonna recognize you.
And then because you say like you want which of these dads does the baby want, and the baby cries for its mother. What do you think is gonna happen? That said, it's just so crazy because then you saw then from after that the gay adoptive man says there is no mama, only daddy or pop, so choose again, and then the baby asks again, cries out again for a mama.
You already know. You already fucking know.
I find it fascinating how the woke individuals seem to want to, demand to have their rights, but when people express their own, it's problematic.
Which is just fucking ironic, isn't it? Like, for example, if same-sex couples want to get married, of course, they promote it. But of course, if you, Noble, as a man, or you, Jolt, as a man, of course, if you want to marry your girlfriend to become your fiancé and whatnot too, but somehow it's problematic, and it gets even worse when it comes to divorce too, because let's be honest, the courts are always biased towards the women, which means, of course, you lose a house, the cars, and everything. Your children don't hate you because they were told to do so.
Gil, have you ever heard of a prenup?
Oh, phew.
That said, as much as I distaste, divorces and all of that, they are for men not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, quite literally. There's just so much worse too.
I love the fact that most people forget that both sides can be equally as fucked up, but unfortunately, that's usually just pushed onto the man.
Society seems to make women like absolve them for their sins.
Absolve them for their sins, of course, because of who they are.
I don't know about either of you two, but I absolutely love watching some of the stupid drama with mixed race couples out there. No, seriously, there is a group of woke individuals who turn around and consider mixed race couples to be hugely problematic.
Are you fucking serious?
No, I am serious. One of the YouTubers I watched covered a shit ton of these incidences where, my father's sorry, no, it's my husband's black, and they're still fucking going off their rockers. It's hilarious.
Are you fucking serious? Good
I
Lord.
am serious. And it's like, how is that problematic?
You know, the whole thing
to be like whatever,
anti-racist and whatnot too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're having an issue. Fucking hell,
bro.
Marry someone you're compatible with and you like.
Yeah.
How is that a problem?
And not to mention the fact too about like the whole pride thing about. Oh, you know, about all the years, the non-stop yapping about the people getting assaulted, that love is love no matter what. But now, when a mixed-race couple are showing their love, now it's fucking problematic. What the fuck?
I know, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful to watch these people completely lose their bad shit minds, and you're like,
how in the fuck?
If this ends up as like clips on TikTok or something, I'm just gonna sit there and smile when normal people watch that shit.
Yeah, dude, like Jesus Christ Almighty. Yeah, mental illness is a fucking epidemic.
I know, it is gorgeous to watch.
Now it's so funny that who decides to show up if not to be on the show but to say hi? Hey, Vera.
Hey, Vera. Orange
at
Doggo.
At least you didn't miss out on the whole thing, though. You probably would have had a blast this week, but
God,
I see you've been quite busy and tied up. Now,
dude,
then,
yeah, the whole woke gaming journalist, that one fried me. God damn.
Now, I suppose this is a good time as any to wrap this all up. So quickly, who would like to start with a closing statement about this week's items?
I vote yes, Gil.
Yeah, I guess so as well too, because as we've seen, in the past, of all the 2010s, about all the societal revolutions, about liberalism, wokeism, like political correctness, all that stuff, right? About all the people getting attacked, about all the property getting destroyed, and this, is what we get, especially, when the mixed race couple being problematic just for being who they are. All the debates about love is love and all that stuff was complete bullshit. Oh my god. So next what? They're going to say that a lesbian couple is problematic. They're probably going to say a gay couple is problematic. Now, because what? Love is love.
Yeah. Right.
Complete
love
bullshit.
Is love.
Yeah. Peace and love. Fucking bullshit.
All right. So, Noble.
I absolutely love the fact that Coyote versus Acme is actually coming out now and it's not being completely derailed.
Well, as long as they say, to what they're supposed to do and not put a single ounce of identity politics into it, we should be good.
I am glad that Warner Brothers have actually kept with their whole thing.
They fucking
please don't become Disney or some other work company. Just make what you're good at and make us laugh. That's all I can ask for.
It's not even the hardest thing ever, too, is it? It's not even the hardest thing to do to make us laugh. But instead, they put the fucking politics into it. They didn't fucking ask for this shit. No, we didn't. So why the fuck you put identity politics into it? Why the fuck you put climate change? Why the fuck is it over there too? Did we ask for it? No, we didn't. Right?
As for Pragmata, I don't really have a lot to say about that game, but I absolutely love how journalists will react. I wonder how much of the trans community and LGBT mafia generally feel about something like that. You know, fatherhood.
Oh,
and then
God.
Tennessee and their little their whole thing with saying, you know what, fuck this. We're going to go back with something that's going to last a little longer than a 5-minute fling. No, wait, sorry, 5-second fling.
Bro.
Was it 5 nanosecond fling? Anyway.
Bro, with these kinds of people, there is, no feelings to them. It's just a fling, as great value as it ever fucking could be, But then, of course, they go on to the next one. There's another fling, right? And then the next one, Then there comes a time they want to settle down for something casual. But guess what? Can't they? No, they can't.
Right.
It
And so
shows
that's why
that someone's got a good pair of balls if they're willing to stand up to the LGBTQIM plus mafia.
exactly, yeah, it's admirable what Tennessee's doing.
Oh boy,
Let's wait and see how this all plays out. Now then, as to closing up, I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as we've made it, and thank you for tuning in. As always, you can find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Player.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more. And that's all we have for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
And until then.
I wish I had a meme from Drawn Together to play.
Ah.